drill press and an engine block here, but it's under control. I'm a qualified machine shop. Yeah, no one's gonna believe that. Anyway, so there are cracks in the bottom of my engine, and I need to get rid of them. Well, get rid of them, I'm gonna fix them. Yeah, that includes drilling out the bottom of the block. But it's okay. It's okay. I have this kit here that's gonna make it so that I can fix the cracks in the bottom of the block, so it's okay. I definitely trust myself with the drill press and the engine block. Yeah, no, I don't. Anyway, let's get into this. So I have this kit. It's from a company called Lock and Stitch. I'll put the kit number and hopefully the link down in the description of the video. But this kit was told to me that this would fix the cracks in the bottom of the engine. So here's what it looks like. It's got a whole lot of stuff in here for it's probably not going to focus, but there's a whole lot of stuff in here for putting in new inserts into the bottom of the engine. So I have to drill out the main cap bolts, and I have to put in these inserts here that are going to go in and pull the block together, all the cracks together. So it's going to be an interesting process, but I have to drill out these main cap bolt holes. So I'm going to drill them out, put in the inserts, hold it together, and then the bolts go in through those inserts. So that's what the drill press here is for. So I'm going to get to that. I'm going to tape up the block first. I'll do that real quick. I'm going to tape up the block so no metal pieces get down inside the block, and I'm going to start drilling out these holes. And pretty much what I'm going to do is just follow along the directions here and explain how I'm doing it, and it was my first time, so we'll see if I do it correctly. I'm going to get to that now. So what I'm about to do right now, fix that tape real quick. Anyway, so what I'm about to do is these, I'll go into detail a little bit more right here. I read through the directions. Yes, I've read the directions. I figured if I'm going to make my engine block totally worthless if this goes wrong, I better at least read the directions to see how this works. So what I'm about to do is I'm about to make it I'm about to make this, drill some holes into the main cap bolts here. What happens on these 6-tube blocks is that they crack along the edge on the inside, right where the threads are at. They tend to crack. When those cracks go all the way up to the camshaft, the center webs here, the 3 center ones, they become disconnected, completely cracked off from the entire block, and they sit in there and they wobble around for a little bit, and then they shatter the crankshaft. And that's usually what gets these 6-2s. So there's this company, like I said, Lock and Stitch. I'll say the part number now. FFT4 SP004K. And that gets you most of the kit, but that only gets you 5 inserts. This block here has 10 holes that need to be done. So what I'm about to do is, well, the other kit that gets you the 5 extra inserts is that same part number, but at the end there's a -5. So what I'm about to do is I'm about to drill out the threads here. And I made a mark on the drill bit here for how long the inserts are. So I'm only going to go down far enough to make it so that the inserts will be able to go all the way down inside the hole there. So I have to drill a hole, tap the hole with the special tap that they send, and then I have to insert these inserts into there with a thread locker, the thread locker they sent with the kit. And then what you do is along the edge of the threads into the side of the block, you drill a small hole and you put a little dowel in there so that it prevents it, in case the thread seal doesn't work, it prevents the insert from backing out. So what I'm about to do is I'm about to start drilling into this block here. So wish me luck. I'll show you guys a video. I'll take a little video once I have the first hole drilled. What better place than right in the middle of the engine should you start ruining your engine? Didn't focus very well. I'll take another video up a little closer, but I drilled it out. You can see right here there are still some threads right there in that hole. That one I have taken the threads completely out. So I'm going to go through, I think I'm going to go tap this one now. I think I'm going to pull this out off to the side and I'm going to tap it and see if the inserts will work. Otherwise, we're in for a surprise. To tell you the truth, I've already ruined the engine. So I might go ahead and just drill them all first and then try it. I don't know. I'll probably tap this one first and see if the inserts work. Otherwise, drilling the rest is not really going to make a difference. So I'll probably go ahead and do that real quick and tap it and show you guys what it looks like. Before I move on, this is what the tap looks like. And if you can see on the side over here, see all those little hooks in the side of the tap? That's what the inside of the insert looks like. So as it gets threaded in there like that, it'll go down in there, and when it goes tight, all those little hooks on that side will pull the block together and make it really tight and get rid of all the cracks. So that's why I'm going with this kit. So right now I'm going to go tap it. You can see the hooks really well on that side right now. But yeah, this is a normal tap except for the way that the threads work. So I'm going to go ahead and tap it right now. And then I'm going to start inserting the insert. I'll show you what it looks like, but it's not really going to look like much. It's going to look like normal threads inside the hole over in the block over there. And then I'll show what they look like, but it's not really going to look like much. So I'll continue with this. So as of right now, I have just tapped the hole. So what I'm going to do now is pull the tap out. What I did was I tapped it, and then I pulled it out and I I blew out the hole. And then I put the tap back in just to make sure it was fully tapped and pieces of metal didn't fall down to the bottom. I might once again, I should have. I'll probably get a little pick, go down inside there, and I'll probably make sure there's nothing held down on the bottom. And I'll just pick at it and then I'll blow it out again. And probably run this down one more time just to make sure. But pretty much, this is ready for the insert now. I think I'm going to have to brake clean it and blow it out just to make sure that there's nothing inside the hole there to prevent the thread locker from going inside there. So now I'm going to try the insert and make sure it actually goes in. So I'll probably do that right now actually. Okay, come right over here. I have done these like I said, so I'm going to put this one in right now. Look at that, that thread right in. So what I'm going to do now is I'll probably drill out the rest of the holes. Oh boy, this is making me feel good now. That gives me confidence. Okay, so likely I didn't ruin my block. If that can actually thread in, and then this will go all the way down, and then seat and lock. Yeah, then I fixed my block, so I'm pretty happy now. Oh, goodness. The amount of anxiety I had, I waited about an hour before I started working on this just because of it. If I ruin my block, I ruin my block, and I'll have to find another one, so I didn't really want to do that. Oh boy. Anyway, this makes me feel better. So I'm going to go ahead and drill all the 9 other holes real quick, and I'm going to tap them as well. So I'm going to get to that. Then I'll update at the end by taking off the tape and then showing what the holes look like before I actually start installing these inserts. So I'm going to get to that right now. I'll see you in a bit. So I'm on to the next day now because of things that have popped up with this engine. So I have drilled through the side of the engine on the inside. The main place where it bolts down right here, there is a hole that's drilled up for where the cylinder is at, and it goes into the side of where the main bolts go. I have drilled through it and tapped into it. And I got really concerned yesterday, and I decided to stop and just check out my options and what I have done. Upon further investigation of other engine blocks I have, and what people have said and what the pistons look like, there will be no interference. So, this will work still, even though I got very concerned. There is no support at all that I can find online for this kit at all on YouTube or anywhere else that I can find, at least. I probably haven't found the forums that it's actually on, but from what I can see, this works still. I'm going to figure out when I put the engine together and actually turn it over, but for right now, this is what I have figured out. Let me show you. Okay, here we go. I'll show you what we got here. So on the side over here of the main, you can see that for where the piston was drilled in on the side of the engine, it actually goes into the side of the main right here of the engine. It goes into the side. You can see from the shadow, that's how it's drilled in. So you can see there through the darkness, I can't zoom in any better. I have drilled through the side of it. It's going to work though. This will work. The piston is flat-sided and it will miss the insert all screwed in. So that will work, and I'm going to continue now with the other 5 holes, and I'll explain here real quick why I'm going to do 5. This hole right here will go down into an oil galley if I drill it. These 2 here don't typically crack on 6.2s. The front 2 don't typically crack. I don't see any issues with doing the front 2, but there's no point in doing the front 2 if I don't have to. So I'm going to leave the front 2, and I'm going to leave the back 2, and I'm just going to do the center 6. That's what I'm going to do. If I break the block, I break the block, and I can buy another kit and do another engine. I'm not concerned. But right now, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to drill out the other 5, and then I'm going to get started actually putting the inserts in. So how these work is I put it together first, obviously, because I am how I am. So what we're going to want to do is the thread sealant goes on the outside of these, and I was told in the instructions here that I had to put a whole lot of anti-seize on the inside here and on the edge of this lip right here, so that when the thread sealant goes on here, it doesn't accidentally thread up onto the bolt here and connect the bolt to the insert, which I don't want to do. So I have to coat that with anti-seize. So I'm about to start doing that right now. I have some copper anti-seize right here, bought it just for this project because I don't have any anti-seize on my own. I don't know, I guess just a decent amount. I'll clean up any extra at the end. I don't know, they said coat it really thoroughly, so guess I'm not going to want any sort of thread showing when I'm done. And then I get that extra anti-seize will go out the top of the washer right there, so guess what I can do is clean it up after I'm done there. So I'm not going to let this bolt go through all the way on the bottom there, because if I do that, then it will bottom out and it won't seat correctly. So there's just a little bit concave inside there so that it won't actually go down and touch the bottom inside the block. So what I'm going to do now, so I'm going to clean up that anti-seize, and then I'm going to put some of the permanent thread repair stuff right here onto it, and I'm going to just start. Great, that's not going to come off my finger for 17 business days. Great, so I'm going to get to this now. So I don't think this would be a proper fix unless we used a crescent wrench somewhere. So I have a crescent wrench right here to put the bolt down in. So I have the thread repair stuff right here. So I'm just going to put it on best I can. Ooh, it's a fancy color. Okay, that went onto the threads really well. Okay, went all the way down. So I'm going to put that off to the side now. They say that this stuff is supposed to start hardening instantly, so I'm going to go ahead and really just start to thread that down in there. Oh boy. So most of the way down there. Oh shoot. Where's my other crescent wrench? Right there. Put both of those on there together and turn it together. Yeah. There we go. Is that flush? That's pretty flush. Let's see if I can put it down a little bit more. There we go. I think that's pretty well flush. I should have put more anti-seize on that because all the thread sealant is on the washer right now. I hope that's not going to be an issue, but we'll see. I think it's about as tight as it's going to get. I'm going to look at this other side real quick. Make sure I'm not bottoming out on the bottom of the hole I made. No, I have a little bit of room, so I guess I'm bottomed out on top. Okay. Now I'm going to let that sit. I'm going to read the directions real quick, and when I'm going to figure out how long that thing has to sit there for, I'll tight. What do we got here? Okay. What do we got here? We got no time limit here. Yeah, no, I got no time limit here. So I guess that it's good to go now. I'm gonna let it sit for a little bit, just because, but for right now, that's good in there, and I think it's good to come out, but I'm gonna let it sit. So I forgot to record for the first one, but I got the first insert in and the bolt out, and I got the second insert in already. So what I'm doing right now is you have to hold the nut sturdy so that the insert doesn't work itself out while you pull the entire bolt out. And by the time you're done doing that, right there, the insert will have stayed in and it's flush, and this all came out. So now that I got that done, I have 4 more to do. And then I'll have the whole engine done with lock and stitch. So this is working out pretty good so far. So I'll finish up the other ones real quick here. Okay, so the last thing that I did to this block before I was done with the machine, I drilled a couple of really small pinholes. You might not be able to see it on the camera here very well. Let's see if I can get this zoomed in correctly. There we go. So you can see the little pinhole that I drilled on the side of the threads right there. That right there is a little pin to prevent the threads from coming out. That's what the kit called for, so that's what I put in. So now I have all 6 of the inserts in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now what I do is I'm going to have to build the engine. So this is going to be interesting to do. I have to get different bolts now for those 6 inserts. They have smaller thread pitch or bolt size. They have smaller bolt size, and I'm going to have to find new bolts for them. So that will hopefully be coming up this week. Here's the engine right here that I took measurements off of to make sure that those inserts were going to work. And a quick update on other projects I got. Here's the engine I got with the red truck. Hopefully that will be sold here soon. I have a buddy that's interested in that. Here's the red truck. I'm going to be Duramax swapping. Right there. See if I can focus. There we go. Here's the Duramax sitting right here. That's going to go into there. All of these parts here are for the Corvette. I've been working on the interior panels here. I painted up the leather. I put new carpet on, and I have the carpet there for in the bottom. But that's pretty much what's been going on recently. I put a cowl hood on the Corvette there. I have not tuned it yet. I have not bled the clutch. That's kind of what I'm working on this. I did get the seats reupholstered. I'll pull that out real quick, and I just went online and found some leather that is a replacement for this seat, and I reupholstered it. I did the, oh my goodness, stuff in the way. I did the top and the bottom, so there's the bottom right there. I did both seats. The other leather is right there, and it's kind of the update we got. But now I'm going to be hopefully trying to build this engine. I did actually end up buying a turbo today. I got an HX35 for this, and I have the turbo manifolds and everything, so this can be built. But thank you for watching, and that'll be it for this video.